And of a sudden the baying dogs saw Odysseus, and they ran at him yelping. But Odysseus in his weariness sat him down, and let the staff fall from his hand. There by his own homestead would he have suffered foul hurt. But the swineherd with quick feet hasted after them and sped through the outer door, and let the skin fall from his hand. And the hounds he chid and drave them this way and that with a shower of stones. And he spake unto the Lord, saying, Old man, truly the dogs went nigh to be the death of thee all of a sudden. So shouldst thou have brought shame on me. Yea, and the gods have given me other pains and griefs enough. Here I sit mourning and sorrowing for my godlike Lord, and foster the fat swine for others to eat, while he, craving perchance for food, wanders over some land and city of men of strange speech. If haply he yet lives and beholds the sunlight, but come with me. Let us to the inner steading, old man, that when thy heart is satisfied with bread and wine, thou too mayest tell the tale and declare whence thou art, and how many woes thou hast endured. Therewith the godly swineherd led him to the steading, and took him in and set him down, and strewed beneath him thick brushwood, and spread thereon the hide of a shaggy wild goat, wide and soft, which served himself for a mattress. Odysseus rejoiced that he had given him such a welcome, and spake and hailed him.
May Zeus, O stranger, and all the other deathless gods grant thee thy dearest wish, since thou hast received me heartily. Then, O swineherd Eumaios, didst thou answer him, saying, Guest of mine, if were an impious thing for me to slight a stranger, even if there came a meaner man than thou, for from Zeus are all strangers and beggars, and a little gift from such as we is dear. For this is the way of thralls, who are ever in fear, when young lords like our bear rule over them. For surely the gods have stayed the returning of my master, who would have loved me diligently, and given me somewhat of my own, a house and a parcel of ground, and a comely wife, such as a kind lord gives to his man, who hath labored much for him, and the work of whose hands God has likewise increased, even as he increaseth this work of mine, whereat I abide. Therefore would my Lord have rewarded me greatly, had he grown old at home. But he hath perished, as I would that all the stock of Helen had perished utterly, forasmuch as she hath, causing the loosening of many a man's knees. For he too departed to Ilios of the godly steeds, to get atonement for Agamemnon, that so he might fight war with the Trojans.
Therewith he quickly bound up his doublet and his girdle, and went his way to the sties, where the tribes of the swine were penned. Thence he took and brought forth two, and sacrificed them both, and singed them, and cut them small, and spitted them. And when he had roasted all, he bare and set it by Odysseus, all hot as it was upon the spits. And he sprinkled thereupon white barley meal. Then in a bowl of ivy wood he mixed the honey-sweet wine, and himself sat over against him, and bade him fall to. Eat now, stranger, such fare as thralls have to hand, even flesh of sucking pigs. But the fattest hogs the wooers devour, for they know not the wrath of the gods, nor any pity. Verily the blessed gods love not forward deeds, but they reverence justice and the righteous acts of men. Yet even foes and men unfriendly, that land on a strange coast, and Zeus grants them prey, and they laden their ships and depart home. Yea, even on their hearts fall strong fear of the wrath of the gods. But lo you, these men know someone, for they have heard an utterance of a god, even the tidings of our Lord's evil end, seeing that they are not minded justly to woe, nor to go back to their own, but at ease they devour our wealth with insolence. And now there is no sparing, for every day and every night that comes from Zeus they make sacrifices, not of one victim only, nor two, and wine they draw and waste it riotously. For surely his livelihood was great past telling. No lord in the dark mainland had so much, nor any in Ithaca itself. Nay, not 20 men together have wealth so great. I will tell thee the sum thereof. 12 herds of kine upon the mainland, as many flocks as of sheep, as many droves of swine, as many ranging herds of goats, that his own shepherds and strangers pasture, and ranging herds of goats, 11 in all, graze here by the extremity of the island with trusty men to watch them. And day by day each man of these ever drives on one of the flock to the wars, whichsoever seems the best of the fatted goats. But as for me, I guard and keep the swine, and choose out for them, as well as I may, the best of the swine, and send it hence.
Then the steadfast, goodly Odysseus spake to him again. My friend, forasmuch as thou gainsayest utterly, and sayest that henceforth he will not come again, and thine heart is ever slow to believe, therefore will I tell thee not lightly, but with an oath, that Odysseus shall return. And let me have the wages of good tidings as soon as ever he in his journeying shall come hither to his home. Then clothe me in the mantle, a doublet, good raiment. But ere that, abate I am sore in need, I will not take aught. For hateful to me, even as the gates of hell, is that man who under stress of poverty speaks world of guile. Now be Zeus my witness before any god, and the hospitable board, and the hearth of noble Odysseus, whereunto I am come, that all these things shall surely be accomplished, even as I tell thee. In this same year Odysseus shall come hither. As the old moon wanes and the new is born, shall he return to his home, and shall take vengeance on all who here dishonor his wife and noble son. Then didst thou make answer, swineherd Eumaios, Old man, it is not I then that shall ever pay these wages of good tidings, nor henceforth shall Odysseus ever come to his home. Nay, drink in peace, and let us return our thoughts to other matters, and bring not these to my remembrance, for surely my heart within me is sorrowful, when any man puts me in mind of my true Lord. But as for thine oath, we will let go by yet. Oh, that Odysseus may come according to my desire, and the desire of Penelope, and of that old man Laertes, and godlike Telemachus. But now I make a comfortless lament for the boy begotten of Odysseus, even for Telemachus, when the gods had reared him like a young sapling. And I thought that he would be no worse man among men, that his dear father, glorious in form and face, some god or some man, married his good wits within him. And he went to fair Pylos after tidings of his sire. And then now the lorry wowers lie in wait for him on his way home, that the race of godlike Odysseus may perish nameless out of Ithaca. Howbeit, no more of him now, whether he shall be taken, or whether he shall escape. And Cronion stretched out his hand to shield. But come, old man, do thou tell me of thine own troubles, and here am, and tell me true, that I may surely know. Who art thou of the sons of men, and whence? Where is the city? Where are they that begot thee? Say, on what manner of ship didst thou come, and how did the sailors bring thee to Ithaca, and who did they avow them to be? For in no wise do I deem, and thou camest hither by land.